Hey, Adam here with a simple and fast review of the Snailax foot massager. We're going to open it up, show you what it looks like, test it out, and of course let you know whether or not it's worth buying. Alright, so as we get the box open here, pretty standard. These things are usually just one-piecers, and there'll be a power cord somewhere in this. Usually it's kind of tucked in, which it is. So we got the power cord and user manual and remote all in here. And then of course you're just going to stick your feet in. So I'm going to show you up close kind of some things before we test it out. First and foremost, you'll have kind of your control panel where you've got power. It looks like kneading, compression, vibrating, and heat. So you'll have all these things that you're going to be able to cycle through and adapt. Each one seems to have a low, medium, and high level, except for the heat, which makes sense. On the bottom here, you'll see some rubberized feet that'll stick up a little bit. Now this is kind of where we're going to plug in our power cord at the bottom, and as you can kind of see, it's not a sock or anything, but it's kind of a different fabric. And I'm not sure that the lighting's doing this justice, but it's kind of a fabric like a shirt, almost nice and soft, as opposed to the rubberized area around here. Now note that this can be unzipped. There's a zipper here that will just go ahead and come around this in the event that I need to do any kind of cleaning or access any parts or anything like that. So just be aware of that. So I turned up my lights a little bit just so you can see. There's also zippers on this, so it's kind of hard to access, but when you take off this top part, you'll be able to unzip the foot sleeves from the inside. The zipper's kind of tucked in over here, but there is a zipper that goes around, so you can wash this. That way, if you got some stinky, smelly feet or anything like that, this thing doesn't become a stinky, smelly, mess. You just simply go ahead and wash that, and then you'll zip everything back, zip them back in, zip it back up to close it, and all that. So let's go ahead and show you how it works. All right, so I have a size 11 foot, and I have absolutely no problem getting my feet in here. When you're plugging it in, you'll see that there's a little power light. I'm going to do my best to try and give you a good angle here without being too... It's kind of hard to film this. Anyway, so here's my power. It turns it on, and it all of a sudden begins kind of all of these items. So it's going to be kneading, compression, vibration, and heat. And so the compression just means it's going to tighten up on my foot and then expand back out. Kneading, you'll feel underneath your feet, and the vibration is just kind of a constant rattle. Now, all of these items are explained in the user manual, and then of course you'll also have a remote control. So if you, for some reason, don't feel like pressing these buttons, you can do all these things via remote. As we adjust the kneading process, everything, you may be able to hear the compression kind of breathing, because that's really what it's doing, is it's kind of filling up and then it releases. And it's really nice because it gets the whole foot that way. And then of course you got vibration, low, medium, and high. And we do have a multiple levels on the heat. We have hot or high, which is going to be the red, and low, which is going to be the blue, and then off. So you do have a number of different variations there, and I'm not sure if we're seeing it, so I'm just going to give you a good view. So again, seeing it from the top, we've got our power button, we've got the kneading, low, medium, and high, our compression, low, medium, and high, the vibration, low, medium, high, and then our high and low. And right now I'm kind of at like peak compression, so I'm going to be quiet when it releases. And you probably hear that it's kind of just letting out all its air, and it's really comfortable. So the one thing that I don't see, which would be kind of nice here, would be more of a timer setting where you can just set it up for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. And I don't see that. That would be a nice feature. I'm going to check the user manual, see if that's in there. Alright, so I read through and I do not see anything about a timer, so a nice feature would be that, but let's be honest, everybody's got a phone these days, and those phones have timers, countdown clocks, all that stuff. So if you really need it, you can kind of set your own timer. It just doesn't have an auto off feature, but It is a really, really nice foot massager, very, very comfortable and pretty small considering. So it's, just a little bit bigger than my my feet. Can sit underneath a desk, sit in front of a sofa or anything like that. So awesome feeling, awesome results. Definitely worth buying. I love the ability to kind of clean out these socks or sleeves, if you will, for washing and keeping your stinky feet from smelling this thing up. So hopefully this review helped, and thanks for watching.